up, everyone? Stephen Michael here with Phil Bomb Breaks. This is the Sound the Alarm podcast. It is October 23rd, 2020. The time is 12:20 p.m. Eastern. I'm here with my dancing co-hosts, Lou Zolo and Big John. What is up, fellas?
What's going on? How did you used to do the Cabbage Patch? What was the Cabbage Patch again? Do you remember?
What's that?
What was it, like this? What was the a dance? What do you mean, what's that?
From what year? 1968?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
You're so much older. What is the Cabbage Patch?
Is that where the Cabbage Patch?
Are you serious?
I have no idea.
Cabbage Patch.
So it had to be from the 80s when the dolls came out?
Yeah, it's definitely from the 80s.
All right, I was born in 85,
Wow.
so you could have that dance. You could claim that one for yourself.
I guess.
That's all yours.
Everybody out there knows what I'm talking about. Come on. Cabbage
John,
Patch. What's the matter
John,
with you?
everyone out there, do you know?
Zero idea. I only know the Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, but John is like 21.
No.
How's he going to remember?
John's 30.
No, 29.
Are you, John?
Oh my
29.
God,
Get it right.
You're clinging to
Yeah,
that.
I am
there.
clinging as
You're
ever.
clinging.
Clinging.
All right.
29.
Anyways, let's get a couple things straight. Lou, do you still have that old wooden chair that you're sitting on?
I don't. I don't.
All right, good.
Look, wait, can you see? I got well, you can't see it. I don't. I have a swivel now, man.
So the National Hall of Fame for baseball actually took it in? They took it back?
Oh, leave it alone. Dude, that chair, been through a lot with me.
All right.
I'm very loyal to that chair.
We have our
But it's
first
broken. It's
bullet.
done.
We have our first bullet fired already at you, Lou. Jose says, "What
what?
happened to the Mets hat?" He said, "Did you finally?" Put
I'm
it in
wearing
the-"
this on purpose.
He said, "Did you finally put it in the trash with the team?"
Boom. I'm doing filth bomb hat on purpose. You know what I'm doing? You want the truth?
Yeah.
I was like, what's the word? Subconsciously or subliminally? I don't know. But like trying to get on Steven's good side so we could do more podcasts. So I figured I'd wear a filth bomb hat.
Good. Keep it on.
When I wear this Mets hat, he hits me up once every 3 months. So I'm going a different route.
All right. Well, let's
That's what
get
we
into
do.
some stuff, Lou. Let's touch base on the Giants-Eagles game last night, which
Oh.
I just want to say I made a little money on because I took the opposite side of the public. Again,
Yeah.
Giants
That was a
plus
lock.
5. Lock Nation, because they are garbage, absolutely trash bags, and they're playing at Philadelphia. I know it's a divisional game, but there's no way anybody in their right mind could see the Giants winning that game or being close in that game. They barely even squeaked past the Washington football team, right? It took a last-second Rivera not going for the extra, like, stop. Like, they're trash.
2-point
They
conversion.
may have 2 wins this season. Maybe.
Yeah.
But we were on the right side of it, partly because Danny Dimes ran for that huge 100-yard touchdown. Or did he?
He felt that. Nah, that's sad. That's sad. The turf monster got him. But I'll tell you what, though. You know, he was bailed out because they scored on the drive anyway.
Yeah.
The problem is Ingram dropping that ball single-handedly lost them the game last night.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, listen, you know I'm an advocate for saying, like, one play doesn't cost the game because you should never be in a position to lose in the first place type thing. But it's football. So when it's time to close out for the win, you have to do that. And for the win, he catches that ball, the game is over. But that's why they're 1-6, right? Because everybody stinks. But you know what the problem is? They lost the last second heartbreaker that they should have won against Dallas. They lost this game last night and they beat Washington. If they win against Dallas and Philly like they were supposed to and don't blow it in the last 2 minutes, they're 3-4, but 3-0 in the division. They'd be winning the division right now almost in a runaway in that crap division. And instead they're 1-6 because everybody's garbage.
Now,
It's
can
a
we
shame.
say this, though, Lou? Is anyone getting out of the first round of the playoffs in that division, even if they made it?
Well,
It's just a
automatically
waste.
they get a home game, right?
It's
no
JVB.
crowd.
It's JVB. That division is bags. It's probably the worst division I've seen in a long time. I would say Brady's divisions were usually, but then the Patriots were just so good anyway, so it didn't matter. But you remember when the Bills were trash bags, Titans,
Yep.
you know, all those Jets were bags. But this is actually the first time that I can remember in recent history where every team is just garbage. Like real
It's
garbage.
the defense. The defense is trash. And Washington, who probably has the best defense of all of them, has zero offense.
Yeah.
And by the way, Alex Smith, right? If if he's listening to this podcast, which I'm sure he's not, dude, save your life and just retire. Seriously. Like, he proved what he had to prove. He came back, he played, you made your money, man. Go away. Like, this guy's getting killed back there. You see
Yeah.
the game he came back in?
Yeah.
I was scared for the guy. Straight up scared for the guy. He was getting slaughtered back there, and there's no need for it. Somebody needs to tell this guy to go away.
Did you hear?
And not in a bad way.
Did you hear the reason why he said though why he's doing it?
No, why?
He said for his kids, to show his kids that he's not going to give up and that he's going to work as hard as it possibly takes and continue in life.
Didn't we do that?
Yeah, I think we showed them by now. They saw.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you proved your point. I don't get it. His kids aren't going to be happy when he has to lose his leg or dies from it, which he almost did the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of that. He needs to stop. Somebody needs to stop that guy.
So let's move
Save
on,
his
though.
life.
Let's talk about possible NFL MVPs.
Oh, we knew Steve had to talk about this guy.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
We all know where he's going with this. So let me just throw a subcategory in. How about we figure out first who the best team on Tennessee is before he throws out
Best player.
NFL MVP?
But let's just say this. I was watching SVP last night, and they made a comparison between three quarterbacks. They had shadows up, right? What were the best three quarterbacks over the past 15 games, I believe it was, or 12 or 15 games. So they show the first shadow, poof, Russell Wilson. Second one, in the middle, Patty Mahomes. And who's all the way on the left? My man, Ryan Tannehill, baby. He actually has better numbers than Mahomes since becoming the starter on the Tennessee Titans. And I've been trying to put you guys up on Ryan Tannehill. I'm getting laughed at by everyone in the group. Yo, Tannehill's the truth, man. Everyone wants to remember him as being the Dolphins Tannehill, Adam Gase, garbage Dolphins team. Yo, he can ball out. Let's not forget that. And when given the opportunity, when having an elite running back, when having a solid team, this guy could go out there and win you some games. And it shows. They're already 5-0. They play Pittsburgh this week. I predict them to beat Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a sexy season for the Titans. I already have a Super Bowl bet on them. I put down $500 to win $10,000 on the Tennessee Titans a couple weeks ago.
That's a good bet.
I like that bet.
And 250 of it's Dan Rocco's money. So you're playing with house money,
baby. And then on top of that,
sorry, Dan. Sorry.
On top of that, I hedged my bet somewhat by putting money on the Bears to win the Super Bowl because I like Nick Foles. So I think one of those two teams is going to make a run. Also, I'm going to go out there and say I'm going to put a bet down because John just looked earlier before we went live at the Super Bowl MVP. I mean, not Super Bowl, MVP odds.
Yep.
Ryan Tannehill, 33-1. I'm in. 33-1.
I like where you're going with your heart and like your brain has a good argument for it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen because you got to understand something.
Last year of going to the Super Bowl.
I understand. But what I'm trying to tell you is you got to make it sexy, right? And if it comes down saying all things being equal, they owe Russell Wilson an MVP. They're not going to take it from him. It has to be his. It has to be. They're pushing for it. Can't you see? Everything the guy does, they push for MVP.
Let me ask you a question.
Wilson.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we're at the end of November.
Right.
Titans are 8-1. Does he have a legitimate shot now at MVP? Now we fast forward 8-1.
Okay.
Tannehill's still balling. Does he have a legitimate shot at MVP?
I'm going to no, and only for this reason, because Derrick Henry's on that team.
100% agree.
Right? They're eating each other's votes. That's the problem. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. So don't focus on the wrong part of the story when I say no. I'm just saying there's a problem when you have another bona fide stud on your team. It eats it up. It's a problem. So he's not going to get it. And that's why.
We'll see. I like it.
Mean,
What's
what do you think?
Henry's odds? Is he
He's right. He's the one right after Ryan Tannehill. So Tannehill's plus 3,300. Derrick Henry's plus 4,000.
Let me ask you another. When's the last time a running back has won MVP? I really don't know the answer.
I don't know. Was it like LT or something or Marshall Faulk?
No, it can't be that far back.
Oh, Sean Alexander maybe on the Seahawks.
So we know
this might be crazy.
Not winning it.
No, hold on a second. This might be crazy, but did Gurley win it not too far back?
No.
You sure?
Somebody said AP in the comments.
AP maybe. All right, let's see. Here, I got the NFL MVP.
If it was AP, then it's a while.
Adrian Peterson, 2012.
2012, Adrian Peterson.
8 years ago.
And then before that, the one before that was LT in 06 and Sean Alexander 05.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to the most recent MVPs. Okay.
So last three were Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady.
Now, none of them had dominant running backs, did they?
No.
Okay, next.
Matt Ryan.
Did he have dominant running back that year? I don't remember if Freeman was nasty that year.
No, it was Freeman and what's his face?
And Coleman.
So a lot of these teams you're saying have two-headed monsters. Who was before that?
Cam Newton.
Another two-headed monster running back. Before that?
Rodgers.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys could be on something with that. But I'm going to say that the Titans win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to say that when you take it all into consideration, you look at the body of work, they get to the Super Bowl, they win it. How do you not give Tannehill the MVP? Even though it's decided on regular season, but it's still, you know that even though it's decided by regular season, it does sway voters, the playoffs and stuff that's in the playoffs. Even though it's not supposed to, do you agree that it does sway some voters? Yes or no?
I definitely 1,000%. It has
supposed
to, right?
Well, when are the votes in? Are the votes in
before the Super Bowl? Before the Super Bowl.
So the votes are in. They just don't announce it. You know what I mean? So then it might not help him that much.
Oh wow, we have a Steelers win, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, Tennessee Titans are winning this week. So don't get it twisted.
Wow.
I'm not even a Titans fan. Like for some reason, I see dead red fastball, and it looks like a beach ball right now with this Tennessee Titans team. And I feel like I see gold because no one else is looking at it. Like, no one is even paying attention to the Titans, I feel like. Seriously.
First of all,
if I ask anybody, yo, are the Titans good? Half of them would be like, nah. Not even knowing they're undefeated.
I'm pretty sure also because of COVID and that bye week that Pittsburgh didn't play, that all their games have been at home so far. This is their first road game. Is that, John, can you see? I'm pretty sure, which matters is why I'm saying.
Does it matter?
And then they're
favored. It matters with
Listen. My friend keeps saying that it doesn't matter because there's no fans, this, that, and the other. But I'm looking at it like travel, because of COVID, and every place you go is like dead out there. Like when you're going somewhere that's not your home, you're like in limbo for like the week doing nothing.
No,
besides I don't know.
It hasn't been.
I'm just saying. I think it matters.
So week 1, they were at Denver, home to Jacksonville, at Minnesota, bye week, and then home Buffalo, home Houston.
Pretty tough defenses.
That's Tennessee.
Yeah, isn't that what you were asking?
No, I'm saying Pittsburgh hasn't played an away game yet.
Let me check. Pittsburgh.
And they're going to play at Tennessee.
They have, yeah. I mean, I don't think
so.
Let
me ask you this crazy question.
I just think that Tennessee's a better team. I think they're going to be able to control the clock with Henry. I think Henry's just a monster. It's very hard to stop this guy. Even if you do hit him, he doesn't go down.
Hey, 2 things. Number one, side note, when they played Houston, I know Henry is a monster, and everybody who watches him knows this. But did you see that long run he did? Breakaway speed? They were like 1 yard behind him when he had the ball and took off. Like at that size and what a monster he is, they couldn't even catch him either. You want to get ran over by that guy? Listen, I'd rather not even be in the league than have to tackle this guy for $1 million. I'm serious, because he would kill you. He's a monster, like Hulk running at like 4 and change. That's crazy.
But here's my real question. Do the Titans have a good enough defense to win the Super Bowl? Because I feel like they have the key elements, right? An elite quarterback, and I will call Tannehill an elite quarterback. He is elite.
All right.
Since becoming the starter for the Tennessee Titans, Tannehill's an elite quarterback. They have arguably the best running back in the league, right?
Agreed.
So you do need those 2 things if you want to win. You look at the Seahawks when they won. They had Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, right? Didn't they have Lynch? Yeah, Lynch was a starter when they won the Super Bowl. Then their defense, though, was elite. Do the Titans have that type of defense?
Right.
That's my real question.
And I'll tell you another thing. They have a coach who's not a loser. And I don't mean like, oh, you're a loser, like as a person.
He's like a winner.
I mean, he's a winner.
Yep.
Exactly. He's a winner. Some coaches know how to win, and some coaches know how to lose. McCarthy knows how to lose.
Yeah.
Vrabel knows how to win. There's guys like that.
Yeah.
And that comes into play. He takes risks. Do you remember, wasn't it him, by the way, that the game against Belichick, he used that gray area with jumping off sides on purpose during a punt to kill like 40 more seconds?
Was it him or was it the Lions? Because
Who was it? No,
was it Matt
Patricia? I say it's him because Patricia's a loser. That's what I'm trying to say. Patricia's a loser.
But he won, didn't he?
He doesn't know how to win.
He won.
I think it was Vrabel.
Oh, maybe it was
with
Vrabel.
them,
It was Vrabel. It was Vrabel.
I'm talking. Yeah, he won with them, but he wasn't. He was only vice president at the time. He needs to be president of his team to show me something. And
I think-
and Detroit has done nothing.
Yeah, but they're garbage. Like they're
Straight
just, they're
garbage.
just, and it's not him. There's times that you really like Adam Gase. All right, he's never won anywhere. Period.
No.
But at the end of the day, he's given. It's like going into the Civil War, right? And they gave you a tomahawk, and they're like, "Yo, you got this. You got this. Don't even worry. Just duck." Like, there's nothing you can do. There, you have no talent. There's only so much you
Zero.
can do. Yeah.
Agreed. But I think they gave him the job of a team with no talent because he'd be able to handle it because he's happy to have a job because he has no talent as a coach.
I don't
So it
know.
matches.
I mean, I can't judge someone. Like, let's put him on
Oh,
a
he
team
stinks.
with some talent, though.
Adam Gase?
He stinks.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Like, the Jets,
He stinks.
let's be honest. The Jets, there's some college football teams right now that can beat the Jets.
That's false.
No, that's completely false.
The
But
worst.
I understand what
you
you're
don't think Alabama? You don't
No,
think
not even
Alabama?
close. No.
I think
No.
you don't think Clemson could
Dude,
beat
you-
the Jets?
Let me say this.
saying. No, you see,
Oh.
you're talking about when you say Clemson, you're talking about their first team who demolishes Georgia Tech by 70. But you see, an NFL team are double the size from top to bottom and would beat Clemson 99-3.
All right, let's say this. LSU last year.
Yeah, they were monsters.
The worst.
You don't think LSU could beat the Jets right now?
No.
No,
Would Joe
because
be at
everybody on the
quarterback
Jets
anyway?
are NFL.
Look at everyone that was on LSU. They're all in the NFL
No.
doing good.
I disagree. There's no way. No college team could beat an NFL team ever. Just not going to happen.
Lou, what do you think
Not gonna
about this?
happen.
I would say the worst NFL team of all time would beat the best college football team of all time.
No.
Easily.
Ooh, I
So
like
the
it.
0-16 Lions
Oh my
would
God.
beat any college
Can
football
you do
team
me a
ever.
favor? Pull
Steve,
up LSU's
I
team
agree.
from
Steve, it
last
doesn't
year.
matter. LSU had what, 4 or 5
They have
people
Clyde
drafted?
Edwards-Helaire.
So what?
So what?
He's doing nasty this year. So that's your running back. You have Joe Burrow who's doing good this
Steve.
year. That's your quarterback.
Okay.
That's already better right now than Sam Darnold and LaMichael Pirine.
How are the lines going to do? How are the
Right.
Like
offensive
what?
lines?
How? And then who cares about the lines? Like it would be a battle. Like they would have a legitimate shot to win the game.
0.
Who was their wide
I agree.
receivers? Who was their wide
Zero
receivers?
chance.
Who was
Steve, it
LSU's
doesn't
top
matter.
wide receiver?
You're talking about.
Just give me the answer.
Oh, right. But you're talking about a college team that has 4 or 5 guys drafted versus NFL team who obviously is an entire team of
Okay,
those
but
guys.
if you got drafted by
Exactly.
the Jets, does that
Doesn't
mean you're
matter.
good? No.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
Their whole system's garbage. You have somebody
Correct.
drafting you on the Jets. That doesn't mean you're good. That means they could have
Apples and
bailed you
oranges.
out because if they didn't draft you, you wouldn't have gotten drafted. Like, that's how
Apples
bad
and
the
oranges.
Jets are.
This might be your worst take of all time.
All right, let's go. Give
Yeah,
me.
I'm with you there, John. There's no way a college team beats an
We're going
NFL
to do
team
a
in
vote.
any
We're
way,
going to
shape,
put
form.
a vote. Justin Jefferson. So now
what?
you have Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Okay.
So now you're going to say just, first off, those three are better than anyone on the Jets. All right, let's
Steve.
get it straight. Yes or no, are those three better than anyone on the Jets?
Yes.
I mean,
Steve.
that's
And then
Oh
you have to
my-
you're
realize,
talking about potential. I don't know, man.
Oh
That's
my
like
God.
dude, the offensive line is going to be 5 accountants.
The whole exact Joe Christensen
Yeah.
says the entire offense is in the NFL. So now you think the Jets have an explosive offense where they're going to tear up that defense? Like, stop.
I don't think I just don't see it. Listen to me. I'm not saying it couldn't be a competitive game. I'm not even saying they would be within 30. No way they beat an NFL team. There's no way. It's impossible. It's not happening.
Name one person on the Jets you trust right now.
Hey,
Who's
let me give
Who's
you
balling on the Jets right now if they
not
go
the
against some
point.
college kids?
All of them.
Crowder. He's good.
Wow.
Crowder's good. No, he's good.
So you're going on like a
Seriously,
33-year-old
do you
vet.
for-
You're going to say Jamison Crowder.
Let me
you're
give you an
balling?
analogy. Check this out. Do you know any martial arts?
No.
Okay. With that being said, go into a karate dojo when like 8-year-olds are training and fight an 8-year-old black belt. He might be a black belt, but you're going to demolish that kid. You will totally pounce
That's
him,
not even
and he won't even know what
close.
happened. Hey, John,
These
do you
kids are
understand?
huge
I understand
at
what you're
college. All right.
If you
Steve.
go beat up an 8-year-old like Kramer did in
We're putting up a
Seinfeld.
vote. We're putting
Do
up
you
a
remember
vote.
how good Sam Darnold was in college? Do you remember?
I'm telling you.
But I'm talking about the guys that were good and they come to the NFL. Your argument's going to be, yeah, the competition's garbage in college. But Joe Burrow's coming and balling in the NFL. Hilaire's balling in the NFL. Jefferson's balling in the NFL. Like, it's not like, oh, because of the talent difference. Like, I'm saying they have legitimate
not-
guys that are superstars or potential superstars in the NFL right now. So
Yeah.
why
I'm
can't
not
they
saying
beat the
Hilaire's not
Jets?
good.
Name 3 people.
I'm not saying Hilaire's not good, but since Kansas City running game system, insert any name, will be doing what Hilaire is doing right now. Or Allaire, the H is silent apparently. So he's not a great player. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying insert anybody there, and they're going to run for this kind of yardage.
We'll see, because they got
Every
Lev
year-
Bell, so we'll see.
Doug
See if
Jr.
Lev
says
Bell
So
does
he's
it.
not going to play.
Doug Jr. says LSU beats the Jets 9 out of 10 times.
No way. No way.
Thank
I
you.
think he's being comical. He can't believe that. There's no way. No way. First of all, I
Right.
find it hard to believe that anybody in a serious frame of mind would even think a college team could beat an NFL team at
I
all.
don't even get it.
So much 9 out of 10 times. No way.
Bro, that LSU team was bomb. Name another
Oh my
team that
gosh.
put out that type of team into the NFL the next year where they were producing like that. Can you even think of a team that's done that?
I guarantee there is. I just can't think of any off the top. Alabama have had to do it. They've had to.
I mean,
With all
last
the
year
people
they
in.
had Lamb, right?
Okay, but I'm not saying last year.
Lamb
No, I'm
was
just saying, but there hasn't been someone that brought their quarterback.
Judy. They had Judy.
Their quarterback. I mean, Judy, my bad.
Mm.
There hasn't been someone like, what quarterback has come in recently where they dominated right out of college? And I say Burrow's dominating because you can't say there's been a rookie like him. When's the last time there's been a rookie that came right into the league and just straight balled? He's on the worst team. They're garbage. And he's balling. For what he's given, he's balling, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, for what he's given, that I have to admit. For what he's given, he's doing way better than I thought he was. I thought he'd be under duress and get killed every game. And he's not. I mean, they have legit chances to win games. So I'll give him more credit than I thought.
Yeah,
Now, by the way,
looks
though,
legit.
I thought he was going to be good, but I think, listen, he's not in the NFL yet, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be the real deal. I think he's the guy. So I know we're a year away,
I
but
think
he's going to be the guy.
bags. I think Lawrence is going to be bags.
I think Lawrence is the next Peyton Manning, straight up.
Wow, that's a big
Hall
call.
of Famer. I'm telling you. I see, every time I see him play, it's like Peyton Manning. It might just be me, but watch him.
It might be
He
because those
is gonna
uniforms
be-
are similar colors from college. That might be it.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lawrence, real deal. Unless he gets drafted by the Jets, then he's going to be the next Heath Schuler because he's going to be dead in about a year.
Steve,
So I don't know.
Steve, Jeff has a good answer to your question. When's the last time a rookie came in and balled out? This year, Justin Herbert.
I'm talking about
Ooh, I
off
like
of
Herbert.
I'm talking about off of a team like that though. Like where your whole
Hey,
team.
where did
I got you.
Herbert-
That's,
Where'd Herbert go to college?
Oregon, I think.
Anybody
right?
know?
yeah, the O.
Oh, he's a Duck?
Big
Hmm.
Ben. Someone says Big Ben was one of the best rookie QBs
Yeah,
ever.
look how long ago. What was that? 2000 and what? Early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the exact year.
Hey, what
It's
quarter?
hard.
What was the
it's
first?
hard. How many busts for every Joe Burrow? There's literally
Listen.
100 busts, 200 busts.
The year that Roethlisberger got taken in the draft, who was the first quarterback taken off the board that year in that draft?
Eli Manning.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Was
Phillip
it?
Rivers?
Eli was the first pick overall. It was the
Right,
2004
Eli was the first
NFL
pick.
draft.
Don't ask questions
Right,
you
and
don't know
then
the
they-
answer to.
No, but then they traded for Phillip Rivers, right? 1
Correct.
to 4, like straight up.
1-4. Good call. Yes.
Right, 1 to 4. See, I remember.
Bro,
I don't
And I
think
was
it was
saying
straight
no to
up.
something else.
every Joe Burrow, you don't understand. We're witnessing something great because for every Joe Burrow that's hyped up and actually does something, there's a Jamarcus Russell.
Mhm.
There's a Vince Young.
Mm.
There's a Matt Leinart. There are so many of these guys that are just so hyped up and they come in and they're garbage.
Bro, you left out the main one. There's a Ryan Leaf.
Yeah, no, but that's like way before.
Dude, do you know Ryan Leaf and Manning were head to head on who they were going to take up to the draft day? Ryan Leaf and Manning.
But
Imagine.
all these guys are very talented. Like Jamarcus Russell was a baller. Vince Young was a baller. But you just can't predict it. That's what I'm saying because it doesn't translate to the NFL. The NFL
Yeah.
is the only sport where you make that leap and the game's just played at such a different pace that either you have it mentally or you don't. It's
Steve.
the only sport.
Josh Allen, he's killing it.
Yeah.
And if Wyoming didn't pick him up, he had 0 scholarships to any D1. He played junior college before they took
Do you
him.
notice that a lot of quarterbacks that do pop off wind up coming from nowhere? Like a lot
amazing,
of guys
right?
do. Because you can't, I
Yeah.
feel like that's the one position in football that you can't really predict. Because a lot of people, a lot of it's mental. So a lot of these guys just click out of nowhere. Tony Romo, where did he come? What was it, North Dakota State or something? Where was Romo
Something
from?
like
So like you
Let me
can't.
Illinois, right? Eastern
Yeah,
Illinois, I think.
I don't know. It was just some not. It wasn't a big school. These guys
Something
just come out
like
of
that.
nowhere.
Wow.
Brady, he came from Michigan, but he was
Right.
trash bags when he was drafted.
Lou's nasty. Eastern Illinois.
I'm right. I'm the guy, dude. You guys know this. I'm like a wealth of knowledge up in here. What can I
So-
tell you? Hey, side note. I don't want. I'll interrupt you if we even go past my statement. But Romo's stats are crazy good. I
Yeah, they
never
are.
gave the guy credit. They are crazy good. If he doesn't have a bad back, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. He's crazy good.
No, but he couldn't win. That was his problem.
But neither could Phillip Rivers. But he's going in.
But Phil Rivers had a bags team a lot of the time. Like the Cowboys were there every year. They had a powerhouse, and he just choked from the fumbled snap on the extra point. Like he had like some real choke moments that you could really go back and think about. You know, like he choked. Romo was a choker. Rivers wasn't
Speaking
necessarily a
of
choker. They didn't have that team to really do it. You know?
Speaking of a choker, let's transition into a different sport. Why the hell are you wearing that hoodie? What's up with that?
Because it was the last
You-
time
you
I
want
left
the Dod-
New York. I bought this.
Are you rooting for the Dodgers against the Rays?
No, not really.
You are?
I
no,
am.
I like the Rays. I don't even know. See, he said Stevie made a contradictory point about college translating to NFL.
Yep.
What?
100%. I
What
was
was
going
the
to say
point?
that, but we moved on. But now that
What
you
was the
read it,
point?
let's go back to it.
No,
I'm gonna tell
say
you
it.
the
I
point.
want to know what it
I'm
is.
going to tell you the
Say
point.
it.
Well, first of all, the comment Jimmy said was you made a statement that contradicts your point about college not translating to NFL. So you're claiming that the LSU team will beat the Jets, but then you also just said that college football players don't translate to the NFL as much. Like you
yes,
don't know. when
I'm
they
saying the
translate.
LSU team because they already have translated the people that What?
3 players.
3 of the your wide receiver 1, your RB 1, and your QB 1.
Okay.
You need those to win. So what doesn't translate? Linemen? I don't know the stats on linemen translating to the NFL. I have no idea, but you figure you just got to be big and,
Yeah,
and
you
have
just
some
gotta be big.
technique.
Come on now.
Come on. Give him a little credit.
Of
The
course you
Jets,
give him
who's
credit.
coming around and sacking on the Jets?
But
Do you know one person on that line?
Okay, name one
I
person
do
on the
not.
LSU line.
I don't.
I don't
If
Do
either.
that's
you?
if that's your criteria, name one person on the LSU line.
On their
Exactly.
Can't do
offensive
it.
line?
You
I
don't- you
couldn't do
don't know.
that either.
Right, so that you
But
can't
I'm
use
saying
that
there's
as
no
criteria.
studs on the Jets. Like, who? All right, how about this? Go to the Jets right now, look up their defensive line, and tell me how many of those guys are top prospects. That's what I want to know. And how many weren't just thrown onto a COVID season team.
Oh,
I want to see this right now. This is actually going to make my point, I think. I really do.
The point is only 14 play. Not only it set a record, but 14 players got drafted from that LSU team. There's like 46 or something on NFL roster. They have
46.
no chance.
It's more than that.
Or
What are you
what-
talking about? It's like 50 and change
Yeah, okay.
like
thank you,
58
15 change.
or something.
All right, but as he's looking that up, let's move on to baseball. Let's move on to the World Series. So I'm wearing this Dodgers. I wasn't even planning on it, honestly. I hope the Rays win because I love the Rays. I love small ball. I love everything they stand for. I love how they're doing it with nobody. Literally, it's nobody's, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
But now, all of a sudden, you have one of the best game pitchers in the history of baseball, Charlie Morton, out of nowhere.
Yep.
Like, what? Charlie Morton? Blake Snell swagged out, and he's balling, right? Then they have that dude that does look like a pedo. What's his name?
Who?
Who?
Glasgow?
No.
The reliever?
The reliever with the
Fairbanks.
big eyes.
Is it Fairbanks?
Oh.
Fairbanks. I would not
He's like-
trust
He
any
gets under
children
my
around him.
skin.
He looks scary. But then you have Glass now. Like, they put this together, man, by making some great trades. Brandon Lau, where did you come from? Arozarena, what? Like, they just made some great trades. G-Man Choi, like, my man's just so pumped up and happy to be alive. Like, that's the type of team that will win a World Series. With that being said, if the Dodgers were ever going to win a World Series with the squad, with Kershaw, this is going to have to be the season, right? This would have to be the year that Kershaw gets himself a World Series ring. And it's going to be a trash bag asterisk season where you beat a team whose payroll's like $20 million, and it was in a 60-game regular season. So they can't win no matter what, the Dodgers, although I feel like they have to. Like, the universe is saying this is their year. They get Betts on the team, right? He's probably not going to be with them next year. Or did he sign, actually, Betts?
Betts is going to be there. They're not going to let him
No,
go.
because the market's
No way.
garbage right now. Unless they really pay him, the market's garbage. They haven't got all these teams have lost so much money in revenue that there's no big contracts next year. So if you're a free agent,
They signed him to a huge extension,
Yeah,
a
so they signed
12-year
him.
contract.
yeah, they signed him.
Yeah.
Right, forever. Let me ask you. Side note, real quick. Did Charlie Martin? Did Charlie Morton? Was he on the pitching staff with Cole on the Pirates? Were they a 1-2?
No,
Or am I nuts? Where did Morton come from then?
Glass now was on the Pirates with him.
Yeah, besides that, where
Morton
did
was-
Morton
He came
before
from the
he was
Astros.
He was on the
He
Astros.
was on the Astros.
the whole time? He was an Astro his whole career?
No.
Yeah.
Was he?
No.
No.
Check and see
played
where
for
he
a
was.
bunch of
I'm
teams,
telling
Charlie
you.
Morton. Charlie Morton.
No,
played for a
I don't
bunch of
think
teams.
so.
So he was.
No, what I'm saying is,
He was
did he
on the
ever play for the Pirates?
right?
Yeah, he was on the Pirates for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That was his main
Right.
team.
Okay, see, and he had to be there with Cole then, right?
Let's see. So he was
I'm
on the
telling you.
Pirates from 09 to 15. Let's see when Cole was there.
Also, let me say this
See,
though,
Louis-
Lou, while
Louis
he's
strikes
looking that
again.
up. Let
Yeah.
me say this while he's looking that up.
Yeah, from 13, 14, and 15 they played
Yeah, but he
together.
wasn't the 2. Morton wasn't even good on the Pirates, was he?
I don't know if he was the 2, but they
He was
played together
decent,
for 20
wasn't he?
years.
He was no. Once he went to Houston, he became like nasty.
I agree, but what I'm saying is when Houston got him, I remember saying to myself, wow, they're going to get tougher because I think Morton did good with the Pirates. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't know, though.
So
I don't have the stats.
I got the ERA. So his ERA in the years they played together, which was 13, 14, 15, Morton's ERA
Yeah.
was 3.26, 3.72, 4.81. So he was good for a
That's
couple years.
terrible.
Well, 3.2.
The first one was.
I'm
good.
joking. I mean, it's not the Grom like. It's not everybody's
Well, no.
1.6.
3.2
but
and 3.7.
I get it.
Well, let me
pretty
say this. Everyone's saying Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts. I had Derek Garganis message me earlier today. He's like, "Yo, Betts is the best player in baseball." So first off, people are definitely bugging right now just because nobody's seen Trout in a month. Trout's the best player. Probably.
Minus Trout. It's funny you say that because I wanted to ask you this, so I can't even believe you brought this up on your own. Take Trout out of the equation. Is Mookie Betts the next best? Is he number 2 in the majors?
I think Juan Soto's the next best player.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Juan
Really?
Soto's a monster. Juan Soto's a monster. And you want to be like, oh, Betts won a World Series. So did Juan Soto. You know?
So
Juan
take out
Soto's-
Trout.
What is he, 23?
Take out Trout and give me your top 3.
Juan
not
Soto?
pitchers.
Juan Soto's
Has to be
21.
a
21? Yeah, Juan Soto's so much better than Mookie Betts.
He's like 2 days from being 22, but still, so he's 22.
Listen to this. Take out Trout. Okay, so Trout cannot be an answer. And take out pitchers. It has to be a position player. Give me your top 3 in the majors. If you want to make it harder and
It's
do it
just
in
so
from 1, 2,
hard
3.
from this
Yeah.
little trash season. That's a problem because I would say Bellinger's
in general.
great, but
in general.
he's clutch. Bellinger's clutch though. He's homered back game
So you
7,
think
game
Bellinger?
1.
So you think Bellinger's better than Yelich?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So then you're saying Mookie Betts, Soto, and Bellinger would be your top 3?
I don't like Betts, man. Like, I don't even know if Betts is in my top 3. Like, I could be bugging. Betts never did it for me. He was like just good at everything, but he wasn't a super duper star where it was like, wow, he's the X factor.
He
I
has an
don't know.
MVP, doesn't he?
Yeah, that one
The
year.
1 year,
And then
yeah, that's
look
what I mean.
after those years.
Yeah. So the year he had MVP, it was 32 homers, 30 steals. And the next year, he was 29 homers, 16 steals. So his steals have dropped off in the last 3 years, last 2 years.
And also, what's his
Actually-
batting average?
His average, the MVP year was 346. Then he dropped to 295, and now 292 this
That's
year.
what I mean. Like, dude,
You know what? Let's extend that question to everybody. Let them drop what they think in the comments. Take out Trout, and who would you put in your top 3 as the next best players in Major League Baseball? Because honestly, I thought the best 2 myself was Trout and Mookie Betts. And then I would have inserted Soto.
look at Betts'
Bellinger
numbers. Like, that
or
doesn't do
Acuna.
it for me at all.
So Doug Jr. is the first one to answer. He says Soto, Acuna, Betts.
See, Acuna, I like
I don't
him
like
too.
Acuna either. I don't like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? He does whatever he wants to do at any time.
Yeah. but-
40. Like if he wants to steal 50, he can if he
We have
wanted
another
to.
one for Soto, Acuna, Betts.
Yeah, so we have a couple.
Soto, Acuna.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
By the
like
way, on a
Acuna-
side note-
I feel like Acuna is not going to be good in 2 years. I just don't
see the
like
trend here?
I don't like him.
You see the trend? Everybody's answers are all National League players, by the way. Just saying.
True. Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, besides Trout in the American League, who would you take? Now let's make it a little harder. You have to take an American leaguer. Yeah, only American League. Who would you take?
Well, real quick, Micah says Micah threw Tatis in there. Tatis, Acuna, Soto.
I think one more year, a full year of Tatis doing what he did, I think you have to put him in there. I think I'd rather have Tatis than Betts because he's just a better version of Betts. Power, speed.
I think you got to. I need a bigger sample size for Tatis.
Yeah,
though.
I do too. One more year of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like what Acuna did last year, even everyone's like MVP. Didn't he finish 5th in the MVP voting? Like, I don't think Acuna's game is special. I don't think he hits for high average. I think he's got some pop. He's got some speed, but I don't think there's guys like that. And then they fizzle. They have a good season. Like, what did Acuna do this year? Can we find out Acuna's stats?
Let me throw a name out there. Let me throw a name out there for the American League guys since you asked. I'll say Anthony Rendon.
No.
That's my guy. You know that, Steve. But he didn't do good this year. He didn't even play, did he?
Rendon's trash. He's good.
He's not trash.
He's not trash, but he's not even in this conversation. Like, you just put him away.
Really?
I love Rendon. It's funny you say that.
No. For
John,
American
he's
League
my
guys.
guy. Yeah, only American League, we said. Take out
I'd rather have Francisco Lindor and his numbers and Mookie Betts. Every year, I'd rather have it.
All right, do you want Acuna's
side
numbers?
note.
That's a good one. Jose, who said it? Doug Jr. Lindor. Poppin'.
Yeah.
I love Lindor. I'll give anything for him to be a Met next year, which is very possible, by the way. Why does Lindor not get the praise that he should get? Am I crazy, or is he not like a bona fide star, like a superstar in the league?
He's doing it in Cleveland. They don't get the recognition in Cleveland.
Look, but he's not just good, right? He's a superstar.
Give me some Lindor. Let's hear, John.
You want Lindor or Acuna?
No, Lindor first.
Let me get Lindor.
Because he has way big sample size. And just go down it. Go down his home runs every year.
All right. So from his first full season, which was 2016, his home runs 15, 33, 38, 32. And then this year was 8.
Yeah, so forget this year.
So 15,
30s.
33, 38, 32.
Okay. Steals?
Okay.
19, 15, 25, 22.
Okay. So it looks like he's trending up while Betts is trending down with the speed. And then what are we doing with the average?
Average, you're looking at 301, 273, 277, 284. A little lower than I actually would have guessed.
Yeah, it's a little lower than I thought. But what I'm saying is, I feel like just his personality, that smile, it's just more contagious than what Mookie Betts will do for your team. I don't know. I could be wrong. Betts,
I think the smile thing comes into play. I agree. I think a teammate like that you need. I think it's special when you have a teammate like that. So I think it goes far, especially in long seasons when you're playing 162, traveling everywhere. Players are always hurt. You need that kind of guy. He's a leader. I love Lindor. But I'll tell you this, I thought his stats were a lot better before he just read them off.
I'll give you one more good one for him. His runs numbers, 99, 99, 129, 101.
And that's not an explosive offense.
So he's 100 runs every year.
Name 4 guys in that lineup. Go.
Ramirez,
Indians,
Santana.
Ramirez, yeah, keep going. Ramirez, Santana, Lindor, and I don't know.
Kind of get stuck, yeah.
Yeah, to have that many runs in that lineup's pretty good.
Carlos Baerga plays second. Carlos Baerga.
Wow.
I don't know. Who else is on that team? Do they have Chisenhall or someone like that?
They've always had a Chisenhall, right?
Yeah, he's probably on there.
Look,
I don't know.
Derek said
Bieber's on that team.
Derek said reason Trout isn't the best. He's been in the league 10 years and hasn't been to the playoffs once, or has been and he got swept. Yo, the Angels are garbage.
Can I ask you something?
He's doing this on a trash team. He's still putting up numbers. They don't even have to pitch to him.
Did Griffey Jr. win anything? Or like on a winning team? Come close ever?
No. The best chance was 95.
See what I mean? It's crazy that guys like that just didn't even sniff it. It's like Barkley in the NBA. Like they just didn't win. Or Ewing. Yeah. You know something though?
Let me answer a question. We got, so if you see Acuna as he is sell at this point, I have no Acuna in my collection, if that says anything to you.
For real?
I
think
zero.
You're crazy.
I have no Alonso in my collection. I told you I wasn't buying any Alonso. I have no Acuna. I think 3 years from now he's going to be Jose Abreu prices. I think he's just going to fizzle. That's my
See,
prediction.
but that's what drives me crazy, man. That drives me crazy because Jose Abreu is a stud in my eyes still. The guy could hit. He could straight hit. I don't understand why he fizzles. I don't get because Robert and Eloy is on that team, so he's not sexy enough, so he fizzles
No,
out.
but look at
He's
all
a better player.
Let's teach everyone to go through Abreu stats real quick. It's just like a dude that hits for no average, 30 home
It's homers,
runs when
though.
everyone was hitting 30 homers. Like it wasn't anything special. And he came in.
No, you're wrong on the average.
What does he
He
consider
hits like
average? What are you
270,
talking about?
280.
No. He's a good average hitter.
Let's see.
He hit
All right.
300 a couple times, didn't he?
So his first year was 2014, right? He hit
Yeah.
36 homers with a 317 average. Then
Come on.
30 homers, 290. 25 homers, 293. 33
There you
homers,
go.
304.
Okay, so maybe he
My
does
guy.
it for average. What about
By the way, let's just say he even did bat 270. Is that bad these days for power hitters?
No.
Power hitters are batting 230, 240.
But the problem with him is that's all he's doing though. There's no his ribby numbers.
What do you want him
went
to
up,
do?
Right? He had what? How many ribbies
107, 101, 100, 102.
from the cleanup? Yeah, that's not bad
Oh.
either. I guess I am
Come on.
overlooking
underrated.
him.
Yeah, maybe you are.
I am overlooking him. I guess. How old is he though?
He is 33. Going to be
Oh.
34 for next year.
Yeah, so that's why I overlooked him because he was never a buy.
Because he came in late. Yeah,
Yeah.
he came in older.
Listen,
He's actually
the only
good.
This
guy
year he had 317.
he is good.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I'll tell you one thing,
I'm
man.
wrong.
The only guy
Should I
Oh,
sound
no,
that I
when I'm
think
wrong,
Hold on,
like,
hold on.
he was
I got to sound
really
the alarm
good.
for that. Steve just said he's wrong.
do it. Sound it. Woo!
I'm wrong.
He's
on
wrong.
that. But I would never invest in him because dude's gonna be retired by the time he has 200 home runs.
That's the thing. You're talking longevity.
He's already old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's younger
I
than
get it.
me,
Listen,
so I'm old. But
to me, the main guy in Major League Baseball that gets overlooked the most, that I think is the best non-talked about player who I'd want up in a situation 3-2 bases loaded to win the game 10 out of 10 times is Freddie Freeman. He's the man that nobody talks about.
Yeah,
he's solid.
I like that.
And I hate the Braves, but Freddie Freeman is a stud.
The problem
so
with Freeman
Albies,
is-
Acuna,
Freeman's got
What?
like Abreu's numbers. Like they're in like the same tier.
that cat bats high threes all the time, doesn't he?
So does Abreu, apparently.
Yeah, no, I mean, Abreu's average is better than Freeman's, but Freeman's always been hurt. Freeman's on base percentage is insane. To go,
Freeman is just
Yeah,
great.
way
I
better than
love
Abreu's.
Freeman. Love him.
so his eye is way better than Abreu's. But I mean, Freeman's always been hurt, but the numbers, Freeman has less homers and less of an average actually than as
Yeah,
Abreu.
Freeman's just like in a tier. Like there's a bunch of guys that are stars in the league. Like he's a star. But then there's guys like Juan Soto that can take a team, put them on their back. I got you. Let's win a World Series. Like that's Juan Soto.
Back to the World Series, John. When we did the predictions, me, Derek, and Steven,
Yep.
just so you know, this minus the Mets with my jokes, Tampa Bay Dodgers was my pick.
You picked the
I took
World
Tampa
Series,
Bay.
right? Before
Dude,
the year.
I had Tampa Bay winning that division in a 162 game season.
Wow.
I love Tampa Bay this year. Now, saying that, I have a question. This is a question, but I don't know if there's a right or wrong. I just want your guys' input on this. Somebody said to me, actually, I think it was Ryan Condon in our room who said this to me. Do you think this comes in like as a factor that the reason why Tampa Bay is such a great team and the concept of team is because they're all low paid? So coaching comes into play. They listen to the coach. They want to learn. They don't have one megastar making 100 mil that year that really does their own thing. Do you think that matters?
Not so. I think what really matters is the fact that Tampa Bay's a bunch of guys with a chip on their shoulder, and everyone's rejected from somewhere else. So everyone has something to prove.
Who's the best guy on Tampa? And you're like, just give me a name because I want to give you a
Rosarena?
situation. Okay, let's say I'm making this up, man. So the situation not even makes sense, but you'll get my point. Let's say the bases are loaded with 1 out, tie game, and the coach sees, you know what, we could pull off a squeeze right here, and tells Rosarena, their best guy and power hitter, bunt. I think he would do it no problem because they love playing together. If you ask Betts to do that, I think there would be an issue. Asking somebody making $300 million to bunt.
No, I think you got a bunch of guys. Like, all right, here's a perfect example. You want to talk about chip on your shoulder? The Rays beat the Yankees in game, what was it, 7? Right? That it was
well, it was 5 games,
Game 5,
but yeah,
then,
same thing.
because of a chip on the shoulder. Michael Brasso took Chapman deep only because he almost hit him in the head earlier in the year. Like, you want to talk about what the factor that a chip on the shoulder plays for a talented Major League Baseball player. You give someone with talent the drive, where not all Major League players have that drive, right? There's tons of people with talent, but not everyone has that drive. Everyone on the Rays has that drive. Arozarena was traded. Why? Because Tyler O'Neill was better in St. Louis's eyes. He's like, yeah, he is. He's better. I got this. Hold my beer.
You might be onto something with that. Maybe. I'm not going to jump on your bandwagon yet because I never like to agree with you, but it's possible you're right because a lot of those guys are pickups from other places.
All of them.
That you never heard of.
Yeah.
Choi being the main guy.
All of them.
You want me to tell you
He's
why
a
you're wrong?
catalyst for that team. People love him.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right,
John,
Steve, you want me
why?
to tell you why you're wrong? And Lou, then you can hop on my bandwagon because I know you don't want to agree with Steve. The concept, the overall concept, not even talking about the Rays, you're 100% right, Steve. The chip on the shoulder, agree with all that. Here's why you're wrong about the Rays specifically. They're a bad hitting team, and they win because they have absolute studs on the mound. So all the hitters you're talking about with chips on their shoulders doesn't really matter because they're actually bad.
Okay, let's go to the
pitchers.
bullpen. Wasn't Nick Anderson just on the Marlins?
Yeah.
So there's another guy they didn't want. He wound up being one of the most valuable bullpen pieces.
Correct.
Diego Castilla. Wasn't he on a different team a year ago?
No, he
Or
was
2
on the
years
Rays
ago?
for a few years.
Yeah. So you have all these guys that their bullpen is their strength, and these are all guys that weren't homegrown.
I don't think their bullpen is a strength, but their starters are aces too.
Yeah, and Charlie Morton, he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder.
Their starters?
Word,
they're
Astros, you want to
beginners.
trade me? You want to trade me to the Rays? Like, you know
And
what I
people
mean?
forget they got Snell, Cy Young winner.
But
Snell's
he was
there. Snell's
homegrown,
bad.
though. He was homegrown.
Oh, you're talking about in general. I'm just saying they did a great job picking up these nobodies, the misfits, and keeping the core of greatness that they had.
Look,
Rays are no
Austin
joke.
Meadows, another guy. Oh, you're trading us? Who you trading me for? Chris Archer?
Yeah.
Bro, word? You're trading me for that? Archer hasn't
Wow.
had a sub-4 ERA in his career, and you're trading me for him? Okay,
Yeah.
I got this. Tyler Glass now. Oh, you're throwing me in that trade?
Yeah.
So wait, you think I'm a garbage throw-in? I got this. Like, these are all guys that are superstars potentially that were all highly touted at one point that were given up on. And
At the
now
end
they're
of the
coming
day,
together.
do you think they have a chance to beat the Dodgers? I mean, they obviously have a chance, so they wouldn't be there, but I just feel like the Dodgers are just way loaded.
I am
That's the
going to
problem.
say this after talking this through.
Mm-hmm.
Seager is in a zone. I can't explain it. There's just a confidence on him. Like, he's just like nonchalant, like almost like A-Rod was nonchalant and Longoria. Let's get the battery switched out.
I just want to make a quick correction for you, Steve. Charlie Morton was signed by the Rays, not traded.
But that's because they wouldn't re-sign him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
'cause they didn't think he was worth the money.
Steve said that he was signed by them because they didn't want to the Astros did not want to re-sign him because he wasn't worth it. So that was his point. He's just fixing the battery.
What's he doing switching out battery? What battery and what?
His camera, it went out.
Battery? You guys don't run on electric? What the hell's going on over there?
For some reason, this camera needs to have the battery going. It's weird.
See, if we need a soundboard for stuff like this so you could do the Lombardi, you know? What the hell's going on over there? Or over here, whatever he said. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. I know. what you're
Famous
talking about.
clip.
So who do you got,
Hey.
Lou? Did you make your pick? I know you said you got the World
Should be
Series
back.
right. Who was your end pick?
I said the Dodgers were going to win it all, only because of the payroll. I understand payroll doesn't matter, but I just feel like they're so loaded with high-priced guys they can't lose again. They always find ways to lose. And then when they were the better team, Astros cheated. It's like they can't catch a break. I just feel like they're due.
Here's
That's the only reason.
advantage. Here's the advantage for the Dodgers. They won with Kershaw on the mound game 1. Usually that's not the
Okay.
case. So they got
Never
over
the
that
case.
first hump.
It's never the case.
They have Bellinger now with a load of confidence from homering in clutch situations. So you can't just the chip on the shoulder, just as important as that is somebody playing with confidence. Seager's playing with extreme confidence right now.
Very.
Right? Like you
Justin
see him
Turner's a great hitter.
You see him fielding the ball, like it gets hit to him, he's just like
Hey, do you think that brings up his value? Because remember when Seager was a rookie, his cards were like the ones to chase. Do you think that brings it back a little bit or what?
You know, can I say something?
No.
about
is he
Seager
only
real quick?
26 still? What's
Is
he?
he
young?
Let me see how old he is.
I don't know. This is a tough one, man. My heart wants the Rays to win. I think this is going to be the year because if the Dodgers are going to win, they're going to win in a year that's like this. Just a whack season, and then no one's ever going to give them credit anyway for it. I don't think the Dodgers win in a 162-game season where people are getting beat up, tired. I don't think that happens with that team. I think their bullpen's weak.
I do.
They don't have a great bullpen, and usually you need a good bullpen. They just were able to skate
When we
by.
made these predictions, when we made the original predictions, it was on 162 games. We didn't know this COVID 60-game thing was going to happen. And I loved the Dodgers and Rays. So I have to obviously stay with that.
Seager is 26.
Yeah, so I call
He's a baby still. He could be great still if he stays like this. Because he was hurt. It wasn't like he played and had terrible stats. The guy never played. If he stays healthy and does this, you never know.
But if he stays healthy, he's been hurt every single year.
Yeah.
I know. And in baseball, more than any, guys that are always hurt, stay hurt. You know what the best ability is, Steve? What is it? Availability, baby. That's what I think. It's true. I'm telling you. You want a guy that plays. Eli Manning, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame because of availability. Because his stats are inflated because he never
said
sat
it
out.
on the previous podcast, Eli will not get in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anyone says.
You are out of your mind.
He'll get in
he might not be.
He'll get in the Ring of Honor for the Giants, but he's not getting in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my, that's a guarantee.
Dude,
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
It doesn't matter. It's a guarantee.
Brady, his last name's Manning. The dude is a super lock to get in. What's the matter with you?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
I don't think Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. I think
he is.
Oh, all right.
He is.
I
mean,
wrong.
it's happening. He's happening. It's happening. But
bro, he didn't win those Super Bowls, though. He threw a Hail Mary in the air that the Angels in the outfield caught and stuck on Tyree's helmet. Like, there's no way that pass should be completed. It's not because, Eli, you see him squeeze that pass in? Like, it's not like, oh, my God, you see him take over the game?
Squeezed it into Manningham. Squeezed it into Manningham.
No.
The guy, a win's a win.
They wouldn't have won the second Super Bowl if Tom Brady completed a pass to Wes Welker. That went over
By the
his
way,
head. That never happened.
But he didn't. But that's what we're talking about. But he didn't. And Eli did. And by the way, okay, lucky catch. But guess what? He's got to throw the ball. He almost got sacked by 15 guys. He got out of all of it. It was a jailbreak.
So I would have won a Super Bowl, you're saying, if all I had to do is knock it down and just throw the ball?
No.
That's all he did.
No.
He didn't even know who he was throwing it to. He's like, please, God, and just threw it downfield. And then out of nowhere, Tyree, who had 3 career receptions before that catch, goes like this, puts it on his head. The nose of the football misses the ground by that much. And now we have a Super Bowl drive? Like, stop.
So let's take out all the lucky plays in history and see how that changes the timeline and who wins stuff. Come on, man. The point of the story is he caught the ball. That's it. It doesn't matter if it was lucky or not. He caught the ball.
What do you think his stats were in the Super Bowls? Let's ask you that.
I have no idea.
Who? Who we're talking about?
Eli Manning. Let's see if they were better or worse
Eli
than you
Manning?
think, Steve, if you had to guess.
Are you also forgetting, though, he had one of the best
go ahead, Lou.
running backs in Tiki Barber? Are we forgetting that? Tiki was good. Tiki was good. And they just so happen to have one of the hottest defenses in football both those years. 8-8 both years, and we're the hottest team in the playoffs for defense.
I'm saying, do me a favor, John, real quick. What was the score of that Super Bowl?
The first one in 07, it was 17-14 Giants.
Well, that's the catch. That's the catch one, right?
Yeah.
So 17-14. Well, Plaxico scored the touchdown, right, to win. So we're talking. I don't remember what the other touchdown was, man. So I'd say he went like 275 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Any picks?
No interceptions.
No interceptions.
I'd say none in that game because he always does.
Which game
so I'm going to go against
about?
the grain and say none.
The first one, 07 with the catch.
With the catch?
Yeah, 275, 2 touchdowns.
275, 65 were on that catch where
No, it
he just
wasn't.
threw it up to no one. So
Wasn't that far.
let's see. I'm going to say he put up 245,
hmm
2 touchdowns, a pick. That's mine.
So his final numbers were 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick.
Yo, I'm
What are you
nasty.
laughing at? It was close. You just had the pick and I
Close.
didn't.
Yeah.
Get off
Yeah,
me.
close.
bro.
I said
How good am
275.
I'm
What are you talking
nasty
about?
At that.
Yeah, but you're embarrassingly wrong that he's not going to get into the Hall.
All right.
Like embarrassing.
Very.
Just because you
Embarrassingly
don't think he
wrong.
deserves it doesn't mean he's not
I
getting
like
it. Like,
see
he's going
Flacco
in.
won a Super Bowl. He doesn't deserve being that.
Yeah,
Hall of
did he
Fame.
win too? Against
He
Brady?
won.
Eli's
He
trash.
won.
Eli's trash.
But he didn't win against Brady.
Bro, Joe
But
Namath
you
is
can't-
in the Hall
Look what
of
it
Fame.
took, though. It literally took Angels in the outfield. Like, I saw it with my own eyes. There was somebody like this. It was a big image, and somebody came down and picked up Tyree and put him up ahead of everyone. And then I saw it with my own eyes. So,
Anyway, we got any comments there, John, that we want to talk about?
Jose
or no?
brought up a good point talking about Manning's. He said Peyton didn't win that second Super Bowl. The defense won it. And he's getting credit. He gets
yeah,
credit
but Peyton's
for 2.
stats are unheard of compared to Eli.
I know.
Eli had, yeah. I mean, look,
Eli's
you're
stats
right. You're
are
right.
stacked.
Okay, he probably is going to get in. I don't think he deserves it. I don't. In my heart, I don't
Of course
think
he
he
deserves
is.
it.
I don't think he's going to get
Dude,
in.
we're not talking one lucky one like Foles or somebody. It's twice he beat the GOAT. Twice. Once against an undefeated team.
But he
Do you understand that?
beat the
Then
GOAT.
he played in New York. The market, come on, you have to admit, playing in New York matters. So if you succeed in New York, it counts more. Then you're forgetting about everything. His last name is Manning. That family is an NFL legacy. There is no way he doesn't get in.
Is
Are
Archie
you
in the Hall of
kidding?
Fame?
But he had Hall of Fame numbers. Archie sucked. But
So
you know
did
what?
Eli.
He's political. No, come on.
Eli,
Archie
just
doesn't
because-
have any Super Bowls.
Eli compiled
Oh my
so
God!
many
If
stats.
if Archie had the Angels in the outfield, he might have. He might have. Look, take away that one play. There's no Super Bowl. Take away Wes Welker. The ball getting overthrown from him. Tom Brady overthrew Wes Welker. It would have been game over. Game's done.
Dude,
Wide open
listen,
Welker. That's 2
I gotta
Super
tell you
Bowls
this.
that you were given.
Listen to me. Listen to me. This is important. You need to know this, okay? As much as I love when you're wrong and I love going against you, right? It's all in good fun. But when you say things that make completely asinine sense, like Eli is not getting in, it makes me feel like you're a sore loser and don't know what you're talking about.
There's
no
people all in the
way
comments
he's
saying
not
that his
getting in.
numbers don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
But they're saying
Oh
he's
my
getting in.
God.
That's the difference.
Of course. That's what we're talking about. Forget numbers. Truth? You know how I like to make believe I know everything? I honestly don't even know what Eli's numbers are. But he's getting in. It doesn't matter what his numbers are. He has 2 important games. Super Bowl wins against Brady. That's like winning a championship against Jordan, which never happened.
All right, I'm putting a
You understand
Vegas
what I'm telling
future
you?
bet in right now. Eli's not in the Hall of Fame. Tannehill wins the Super Bowl MVP this year. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Big day.
You're crazy.
Big day, baby. All right, we got to wrap this one up.
All
John,
right.
let's
It
put
was
on the
fun.
theme
I liked
music.
it.
I mean, we went way over. This is an hour and 20 minutes. We crushed it. All right, guys.
That's it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Sound the Alarm, brand new podcast by Phil Bomb Breaks. On behalf of myself, Stephen Michael, Lou Zolo on your left, Big John on the right. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. And until the next podcast, we're signing off saying, sayonara, brotanis. Catch you on that flip side. Make it a filthy one.